That's Sarah, isn't it? Is that Sarah? Sorry? Yeah, Sarah. So Sarah, we've debated for a very long time. The first time I debated you was over 10 years ago. It was a special moment. And I say this in a non-sectarian way. But I turn up because I've gone to Socialist Party meetings many times over the last 10 years to debate whether or not Socialists should be in the Labour Party. And the view of the Socialist Party, a very passionate view, was that it was a naive dead end, and I was completely wrong to argue so. So I've come up with this report from 2006. And I was working for John McDonnell and his abortive leadership campaign. And it says, Owen pointed out that the RMT and FBU both fund the LRC, the Labour Representation Committee, saying it would be easier and more likely for trade unions to support John McDonnell than any campaign for a New Workers' Party. And the comment of your report was easier, perhaps, but that doesn't address the far more important issue of what would be more productive to support. Unfortunately, Owen failed to develop any of his apparently socialist, or left ideas enough to prove how they would work inside a party that has shown such contempt for such policies and ideas. Now, my view on the Labour Party for many years was because of the trade union link, which gave an organic link between the Labour movement, representing millions of people, and a political party, and the electoral system. That was the best possible bet. And the view of the Socialist Party for years, a very sincere and principled view on the part of the Socialist Party, was that this was a naive set up a new political party. I would argue that has been proven comprehensively wrong by events of the last year and a half. And circumstances change, of course they do, but that's what's happened. Now, in case of and I welcome you turning up to meetings like this, but it seems odd now that I'm berated for being too loyal to the Labour Party, and not loyal enough to the leadership. But in the case of mandatory reselections, I think Jeremy Corbyn has struck exactly the right note, which is that we emphasise unity. Because so much unites the Labour Party on comprehensive education, on public ownership of our national health service, of public ownership of the railways and our utilities, on tax justice. And what we need to do is emphasise that unity. That's what John McDonnell, my former employee, has been emphasising. That's what Jeremy Corbyn has been emphasising. And yes, there are divisions. My goodness, we're going to have the media focusing on them. And there is a reason the media is focusing on those divisions. Because they want us to look divided. They want the story of this conference, of all of us ripping each other to shreds and attacking each other. But the story of this conference is there is a mass movement and a mass party membership united overwhelmingly behind the leadership overwhelmingly elected yesterday. So let us be, my own view is this, that the PLP should accept the democratic verdict of the membership. MPs should accept more democratic participation on the part of the membership deciding the policy agenda of the Labour Party. That's what we should argue for. And a quid pro quo, not to start talking about mass deselections of MPs, which will only throw the Labour Party into a civil war which our enemies will relish, not least if we end up with an early general election. If activists want to if they have the power already to deselect MPs if they don't agree with them, if they don't think they're good constituency MPs, there is no need to play into the hands of our enemies by tearing this party to shreds on that issue. I think you were wrong then, I think you're wrong now. Let's emphasise unity, let's build a mass democratic movement, and let's change this country.